So now we're doing a geometric sequence, and if you looked at the notes above, you realize that a geometric sequence, we are not adding or subtracting anymore. We are only multiplying. We do not divide, we multiply. So in this example, we want to know what are we multiplying the every term so we can find the fifth one. We want to get to term number 5. So this is term number 1. We always go in order. Term number 2, term number 3, term number 4. How do we find the fifth term? That's what we need to find. Well, to do this, guys, we actually have to do a little bit of math. So if you know we're multiplying by something times something, or let's put a question mark there, times something, over and over. Well, we know it's the same thing, right? So if we were to go negative 1 over 32, we're going to multiply it, I'm going to use the dot, by something to get the next term, which is 1/8. Correct? Well, I want to get a 1/8. So what do we do, guys? Well, pretty simple. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I've taught you over and over, if you do not like fractions, let's get rid of them. So what do? How about we multiply everything by 32 times 8? On both sides, 32 times 8. We basically multiply everything by the bottom of the fractions. So, if you say 32 times 8, aren't we basically saying 32 times 8? Isn't it just 256? So essentially, we're multiplying everything by 256 on both sides. I'm going to show you how easy. They're big numbers, but it's going to get rid of the fraction. So look. That's over 1, right? Over 1. So let's multiply. 256 times negative 1. That's negative 256. What's 1 times 32? It's just 32. Don't forget it's being multiplied with a question mark. So they don't need to be done separately because they're together. Equals 1 over 8. Well, isn't it 1 times 256? Which is 256. What's 8 times 1? That's 8. And notice we still have fractions, but if you remember, we can actually, with a calculator, what's negative 256 divided by 32? It's actually just a negative 8 times the question mark equals, what's 256 divided by 8? It's actually just a 32. So if we were to think, guys, what does a question mark have to be? Negative 8 times something gives me a positive 32. So isn't the question mark simply a negative 4? Because that's a negative times a negative is positive, and 8 times 4 is 32. So you found what the question mark is. We're multiplying everything by a negative 4 times a negative 4 times a negative 4 times a negative 4. So if we know what are we doing over and over, so if this is term number 4, we want to get to term number 5. Well, what's 2 times negative 4? That will be a negative 8. And that's basically what you do for the homework.